What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shortyc94, back at you again with another. Well, this isn't even really a shoe review, it's just more shoe related content. That's what I'm gonna say. So, since the last video, my family and I, my wife and my son, we took a trip to North Carolina, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, all through there. It'd have been cool to have been there a month earlier for All-Star, but, it's a place we're looking at relocating. So, haven't really been at home in Cleveland. Then, right after that, 2 days after we got back, SneakerCon, happened here. It only comes to Cleveland, I guess like most places, once a year. So, and I didn't get to go to SneakerCon last year because it was in late April. It was actually it wasn't on my wife's birthday, but it was the Saturday before, and her birthday fell on that Monday, and I gave her a surprise party, so I was unable to, go. It was 2 days last year, so I could have went on Sunday, and I probably should have, but, it was all right, so. Anyway, did get to go this year and picked up a few things. Nothing too crazy. No off-whites or any, anything too crazy. I came across a table called Taste of Chicago. And the main reason, or the main shoe I was looking at picking up when I went was the 2005, I'm going to call it its government, the 2005 Nike Dunk High, I'm pretty sure it's a premium, the original High De La Soul. I have the other De La Soul High from 2014 or 15, and the only reason I have that is because I found it at the Goodwill. It was completely covered in dirt, but it was still in good shape. And they were only $15. So, But even back in the day, because they reversed it, they made the brown and green one that I want as a high, a low. And they made the white and yellow one that they had as a low back then, a high. Nike SB did that kind of heavy from, 14 to 16, somewhere in there. But anyway, the whole reason I went was for those original De La Highs. And there was a guy there with a pair, like I said, Taste of Chicago. He only wanted 150 for them. And I missed him by probably 10 minutes. So the hunt still goes on. On StockX, you see right here, they're going for $650 in my size. So hearing, I just missed him. It was a major damper on the event already. I really wanted to film it, and, here are some attempts of me trying to film it, but there was just so much going on that I couldn't really do it. So but I was able to pick up 3 pairs, very fortunate. So I'm going to start with these. No, y'all are probably like, what the fuck? What is this? But these are the Air Royals. Normally I try to be as knowledgeable as I am about stuff when I show it on here, but I honestly don't know if these were an original silhouette or something that they kind of came up with, because I feel like from 2008 really to 2014, Nike was making a lot of new silhouettes that were inspired by old school styles. So I really think this is one of them. Now this is what they call the Violet Pop. It's made out of VagTech, and I was not a fan of VagTech when they were using it on a lot of shoes. With this one, it's just weird. The purple you know, and they were only $20 at Taste of Chicago's table, even though he broke my heart with that information about the De La's that I just missed him. So, you know, I said just nice, something random, something different. You know, nothing too crazy. So then after that, that shoe didn't come with a box. The next one, Air Bacon, black, metallic silver, varsity red, orange, whatever. Now, these, I've had these, I actually still have my original pair from 1997 somewhere in this house. And if I wasn't so lazy, because this is a Tuesday, March 19th. So, it's my only off day, and I'm being lazy. So, they're around here somewhere, but, you know, they're beat. They were one of the pairs back in the day. When the shoe came out back in the day, it had air on the back with flames, and it got recalled because a lot of people thought that it kind of looked like the word Allah, you know. So there were a series of shoes that were heat inspired. You had this shoe, which is the Air Bacon. You had the Air Grill, the Air BQ. And there's another shoe called the Air Scald, which all kind of looked the same, but this was kind of the flagship of that group. And a lot of people also don't know that this shoe was originally designed and thought of for Dennis Rodman, but came out early 97. At that time, Dennis Rodman left and went to Converse, and Nike didn't own Converse yet. So this shoe kind of, I won't necessarily say it kind of got bequeathed, but, you know, was put on Tim Hardaway, as you see right here. Now, I don't ever remember Tim Hardaway wearing these with the orange, or the yellow laces. I couldn't find any pictures of him wearing them, but I always have worn these with the yellow laces. The reason I didn't have a retro pair was because they came out when I was working for Foot Locker in 2007, and they were, you know, 125, but at the time they weren't anything I had to have because my OG pair was still wearable, and at that point, you know, the bubble hadn't yellowed over. They were 10 years old, but they still were like respectable. They didn't look that much different than this. By the time they came out in 2014, I considered buying them. I was working for Exhibition at the time. Well, it was called Next back then, but we had them there. But they were like 160, and you know, with the discount, they weren't that much, obviously. But you know, these didn't really sell that great in 2007 at 125. They were 110 when they came out back in the day. Why are they 160 now? So I didn't get them. By the time they went on sale, you know, my size, anything 11, 11 and a half, 12 are already gone. Happens. So seeing these at the show for, you know, next to nothing, because to me, people don't go to sneaker shows for stuff like this. People I feel like people go to SneakerCon looking for Off-Whites, looking for Yeezys, certain Jordans, you know, there's Dornbeckers, Benz, you know, stuff like that. I don't think people really go to sneaker shows looking for Nike basketball retros. Because, when they come out in stores, it's it's kind of up in the air whether or not it's going to sell. If it's not a Jordan or a Foamposite. So, hell, even with foams now, they don't sell like they did. So, it was really good to have a fresh pair of these. The branding is a little different because I'm pretty sure on the original pair that I have, it's just a swoosh here instead of the Nike Air, and I think it's going down. And again, I might have the Air on the back, and then there was a patch over it, but it was removed. So, just good to have a fresh pair to wear. These will be worn very soon. And it's a nice touch they came with the box. I kind of had to tape the box up, but it's all good. Now, probably the best find at SneakerCon was the Dons. Yeah, Converse. Now, I know that they kind of GR'd the mid pairs after this, but these came out first. These came out late November. I want to say November 24th. And they were a tad limited. The whole shoe was made out of fur. I only wanted it initially because this is one of Magic's shoes. And, if you know me or follow me, Magic Johnson's my favorite player of all time. So it doesn't really matter to me that it was a Just Don shoe, but the fact that it was one of the shoes that Magic wore. Now, this ERX series, it's a bunch of them. I mean, there's a 200, there's a 350, there's this, which is the 260. There's a 400. So he's worn a lot of these. He was in the ad for this original shoe, as you can see here. So yeah, I really like these. The fact that it's Magic shoe, but it does have a bit of a twist on it. It was completely dead stock. It even has on the bottom here. What does that say? This sneaker is made from natural fur, dyed calf, fur origin, Brazil. Right here. It's got Converse Just Don on the heel. Or not on the heel, on the insole, sorry. Yeah, but it's just a really different take on one of Magic's shoes. So that's probably the best thing that I got. Whenever I go to SneakerCon, I always set a limit. This year was 200, and I was able to stay under that. If I have any takeaways from it, and the reason why I didn't film more of it, well, for one, I had to go to work after, which sucked. Usually sneaker events, I'm off for the whole day, but I wanted to be fair since I was just on vacation in North Carolina to, my staff that, since I was gone for pretty much the whole week, I'll work the weekend, so. Yep, I had to work after that, and it was just so many people. It was overwhelming how many people it was there. They've only done it as a 2-day event once, which again was last year when I was unable to go. But they really should have did it this time because it was at the Huntington Convention Center, our convention center downtown in Cleveland. But they really either should have used more space or made it a 2-day thing because I was there from a little after 12 when they opened until 4 o'clock because I had to be at work at 5. And, I saw a lot of people, it was good, but I could have did without maybe 1,000 of the people there. There's just people everywhere. So, Anyway, appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure and like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. New videos I post come up. I'm trying to get back into the flow of things, of being back in town, being back at work, doing these videos. So, you know, if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Shortyc94. And we'll see you soon. Peace. Oh, excuse my ashiness. I just woke up. Peace.